Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. Does anyone know what we're celebrating this month?
My birthday.
Heritage.
Yes, that's it. Heritage Day. This day was created to commemorate our diverse traditions and beliefs, and more importantly, our broad spectrum of cultures in South Africa. To remember that that's what makes our rebel nation work. Yet, I'm sure most of us would agree, we spend most of the day having a dorp or three, with a little bit of pap and vlees on the side with family and friends, or at work even, without real thoughts of the meaning of the holiday. And I was thinking, imagine if we swapped our pap and vlees for puripata, or our dorp for mqombothi, and had real conversations with someone from a different culture than us. Imagine how developed our cultural intelligence would be as a nation. Now you may be thinking, first of all, Sanele, did you just make up the terminology? I mean, we've heard of IQ, emotional intelligence, but not quite cultural intelligence. Sadly, I didn't. It was discovered by Ang Soon and Lynn van Dane in the early 2000s. And according to the Business Dictionary, cultural intelligence is a measure of a person's capacity to function effectively in a multicultural environment. Now you may still be thinking, what's the use of that thing anyways? Well, here's the thing. We live in an increasingly diverse global landscape. And more especially here at home, in our country, we've got a multicultural country. And being culturally intelligent allows us to have understanding of others, better understanding of others. And Forbes goes on to state that it can even improve our work life, innovation, and productivity. Because a person who's culturally intelligent can not only bridge the gap, but they can transfer knowledge from groups that would otherwise be disparate. But also, moreover, what they can bring to the company is multiple perspectives and innovative solutions that are helpful in a multicultural economy. However, if you lack cultural intelligence, it doesn't only just put a hump in your interpersonal connections, but it can leave, believe it or not, dare I say, an entire family destitute. In the book Cultural Intelligence, The Art of Leading Cultural Complexity by Elizabeth Bloom, she states there are three pillars of cultural intelligence. The emotional dimension, which is the ability to know what we're feeling when we have an intercultural engagement. The second one is cognitive dimension, which is the ability to use rational data, language, context, framework, mental structure to understand the intercultural encounter that we're having. And the third one, which I think is probably the most important, is the action dimension, when we use our emotion and rational data to decide whether we're going to question, to understand, agree or disagree, or just walk away, keep our beliefs, and assume whatever the person is saying is what we believe. And it reminded me of a time when I worked at a company where I was one of the 3 African people in the admin block. Now the procedure at the office was that the security guard would, sort of stand there with the breathalyzer and you'd have to blow into this thing and he'd awkwardly make casual small talk whilst the breathalyzer calculated your sins from the night before. And this particular morning, a lady who had been off work for a while because she was getting married was back. Obviously she was joyful and had this I just got married glow. And the security guard says, yo, I heard you got married. It's very nice. I can see you even very big and fat now. It's very nice. She immediately walked away into the passage. As soon as she got there, she burst into tears. All the ladies in the office flooded towards her to ask, what's wrong? And she relayed the story of how the security guard said she's fat. One of the ladies decided to not call the supervisor, no, not the manager, but the CEO of the security guard's company to relay how this guy was so rude and inappropriate. Now, as soon as I heard this story, I knew immediately what went wrong here. He was saying, "You're round, fat," as in unonile, which in our culture is the highest compliment you can pay a married woman. It means you're being treated well and a sign of good health and wealth. Yet here he was before lunchtime hit, with a call from his boss, a warning on his table, and a dizzying fear of losing a job which supported 5 children, 3 of which he was putting through school, and a graduate. Without really